Yo, yo, yo. Yo. Nah, but it's your boy, L Train Locomotive. We live once again, and today we are going to basically go over the Ling Xiaoyu matchup. I see there's a lot of people that are having trouble fighting her. And so I'm basically just gonna help a few people out. So if you learn something or if you already know, it is what it is. But this is geared more toward like people who don't understand what's going on when they're fighting that matchup. So I'm gonna just give you pretty much a starting foundation to really get good at fighting, and this is with any character in the lineup. You have to definitely be sure to hold on one second. Okay, yeah, there we go. Okay, had to make sure that was great. But yeah, you pretty much have to study every character. Whatever matchup you have problems with, you're gonna have to, of course, do it yourself. No matter what tutorial, whatever you watch, but be sure to basically help use it or use it for yourself to assist you as a guide. That's really how you're supposed to do with tutorials touching on anything. So, with that being said, let's hit that lab.
Welcome to the King of Iron Fist Tournament 7.
Let's see who do I want to do this with.
Martial Law. Ling Xiaoyu.
See, I actually, since I want to hear some slightly serene music, Geometric Plane. One of my favorite tracks, by the way. Okay, so for starters, let's just start at the basics and identify the type of character that Ling is. Ling is a trickster and pretty much is looking to confuse you and keep you on your toes, and she has pretty strong Oki nonsense. So in this matchup, she pretty much has to be in your face to start a lot of her shenanigans. And now her weak side is to her right, which would mean you would sidestep left. So just to give you a quick example, a move that some people may fall victim to, like this one. That one is also punishable on block. -12. So keep that in mind. Your 12 frame punisher with your character. Now, another thing with this move is you can sidestep it. Or please, wait, did that wrong. Yeah, you can sidestep it. pretty much, that's just a key example. Now, I don't know if you guys are hip to this list, but there is a list on a website called Drunken Shard, and it has the top 15 moves for every character. I'm just gonna post that in the stream chat real quick. Yes, that link. That link is for anybody that needs to know whether it's for your character or the top 15 characters that you'll, the top 15 moves that you'll see from the characters. And the list is pretty spot on. Like I really don't disagree with most of what they said. So just to try to give you guys a helpful startup as far as figuring out what you want to do against her, like when she uses these said moves. We're going to now refer to that list now. So let me bring up this info right now. And so we have the first move that I believe they bring up for Ling is, yes, 1 down 2. It's 1 down 2, and of course it leaves her in the back turn stance. So pretty much fan dance, which is this move. It's pretty much, and it puts her in back turn, of course. So that's definitely a move you will see a lot. It's a 10 frame punisher, and like I said, it puts her in back turn. So pretty much when Lings may use this up close, so you can definitely punish it on whiff, as you can see. But like one of the key things for sure is to be aware of what range they're trying to use that move the most. Some may use it from far out, which makes it a little easier to punish. Some may do it point blank. I know some characters have other tools that they got, like Law has parry, so he doesn't even really have to quote unquote eat that, or just backdash and then flip kick or whatever option. I know it's not the same for every character, but generally when this move is done, you definitely want to keep some type of space in between. Backdash a little bit, then go back to neutral to make the second hit whiff. So when you backdash, stop. Backdash, stop. Backdash, stop. Backdash, stop. Backdash, stop. And as you can see, it's punish. So yeah, you could pretty much make it hurt. But yeah, you get the concept, and that's one of her. Definitely, I agree with that. Let's move down the list now. Of course, everybody has the typical down forward 1, and of course she has 1 too. So I'm just record it. So, but that move is definitely one that a lot of Ling players use a lot because it has a pretty decent amount of range. So, some may move in and, and of course, I believe it could put her in back. Yeah, it puts her in back turn. So there's 2 variations of it. If you hold the down forward, she stays in front of you, does not turn. And if you just tap it, she goes in the back turn. So basically, I'll show you one thing that a lot of Ling players may do after that move. They may say, this and then possibly do that. Now, most people I see don't punish that move really, and probably because most probably aren't aware of how punishable the move is from that back turn move. Now, smart Xiaoyus won't just recklessly do that, but like I said, this is a laying ground for just knowing information about this character in general. So, basically, they do that. Or wait, no. 14 was really negative 15, but that's a 14 frame Punisher. So, if you're playing a character that has a 14 frame Punisher, you pretty much can eat pretty well. One more time. Or you pretty much got all options, but if you want like a nice launch, you know, like I said, Law can definitely hurt her for doing that. So yeah, let me stop that. So, but there's many shenanigans they can do outside of that. Let's go down forward. Now, sometimes, you know, I believe it's a way where they'll, and then go into AOP. So, like I said, she's tricky, generally. So they may, let me see, let me think of something to show. Yeah. So they may do this, and then go right into AOP, and of course, the new slide. That's one move they got. Let's see. That annoying. Okay, so that's the low that people hate a lot, like a whole lot. So let me record it. So, I didn't mean to do that. Actually, no. It is not set because we only gonna focus on. Yeah, so hit record. Wait, restart. So yeah, most people have a problem with that. Now, from my research, of course, she can be knocked out of that. Of course, when you and then if you miss the opportunity to go for the launch, you can of course low parry. Just to give you a little bit of anti-strat against that. Because you cannot launch it because she sits completely on the ground, you'll get nothing. Or you'll get absolutely nothing. So you wanna keep in mind the options that you got when you're fighting her. Like, that is the only way you'll get a full launch if you catch her while she's in the middle of doing it. You will get a full launch. So, now, let's see. Now let's go down the list. Now next move up, of course, sidestep forward, which is basically that move. Now, I know on counter hit, it leads to a juggle. But naturally, as a lot of sweeps are usually generally launch punishable. Generally. I don't think there's many exceptions to the rule, except maybe a few. I know that one is not launch punishable though. As you can see. I think at the most, and she's recovered. So if you got a quick wild stand in like 13 frame, get the knockdown. That's on block though. Of course you can low parry, and then there you go. You can start your launcher situation. So and it's a sidestep move, so you got to be aware of when she sidesteps, because she has two weapons that she did. This is just one of them, and that one only gets launched on counter hit. So if you don't press a button, you pretty much good. So like some, a lot of Lings, I'm not a real Ling player, I'm just showing you the general outlook of the tool and the information that's needed. Because the thing is, most try to get like extremely tricky. Some may do some back turn shenanigans. Being evasive, canceling, stuff like that. So really trying to confuse you. So they may back turn in, or back turn, jump, or all types of shenanigans. Just to really make you. This is why it's important to keep her at bay as far as range goes, because she can really mix you up if you're not prepared or ready. So, like I said, be aware of what the player is doing at all times, because she can definitely, once she gets in and starts her shenanigans, that's when it could get hairy fighting her. My suggestion to when you are fighting her is to try to keep her at about sweep range. So if you got like some really good pokes with your character, or a nice long reaching move that could just keep her in check, and then you basically space well, you can make it hard for the Xiaoyu player, because then if you get them frustrated, they then have to take a big risk to get in. So with that being said, let's continue to go down the move list. Now, of course, that's a 15 frame launcher. The kick with it is that it's only -12 on block. So yeah, so keep in mind, and it has fairly good range. Like, yeah, it reaches that's about sweep range, and it reaches. So, like I was mentioning to you, so case in point, the Ling, the Ling is about right there, and it goes for that. Now, it's up to you to be aware. And if they whiff it, of course, you can go for the line. But if they hit you and you block it, you pretty much want to use your 12 frame. So, oh wait, no, 3-4. There's your 12 frame. If you block it, that's if you block it. But of course, if you make them whiff, you go for the launch, of course. So remember, that's 12 frames. Even though typically 15 frame launchers tend to be launch punishable, that one is not. It is not. Now, back to AOP, we're moving down the list. Now, of course, we know the very infamous AOP stance, and this sometimes just gets her out of the hairiest of situations where it's really the move can be a headache. It can be, but you can fight against it. It is not unbeatable. You just have to know what to do. Now, some of the key moves, like I said, as I've shown already, and from the back turn move, just a variant of how to do, of course, the 4-3. not together, but simultaneous, like string, I should say, string them together. So that move. And as I showed you earlier, from the back turn example, when you can catch her to launch her while she's in the middle of, basically during that point. So you have to have the reactions or recognize or pay attention and watch what's going on to if you want to get the launch or just simply low period. Now, since we went over that already, the next move, of course, that, which is a 2-1 out of AOP. Now, that move is not safe, obviously. Let me just record. But as you can see, a wall splats. So if a Xiaoyu is near a wall, keep in mind of that move. But you can punish that. So. And like I was saying about AOP, you can check it. Certain mids check it. And when you're fighting a Ling, like AOP, if you can, check it whenever you can. So you like lows and like certain mids are really good against it. But if you miss your chance to check it, be sure to, like I said, know your info on the moves that that you block, because you don't want her to get away with nothing free. Get that damage. Like I said, that's -12. So punish that every time you block it. Now, another move is AOP of 4-3. And I believe it looks like this. Yeah, basically that kick. So now, one thing about this move, and I see it happen all the time, is nobody, basically, let me show you. So let's start recording. Now stop. Oh my, yeah, I didn't record her going into AOP, excuse me. Launch that, please. Again, launch that, please. I see most when they block that, they just stand there and do like absolutely nothing. Launch, please. Especially if it whips, launch, please. Please launch, like please. But be on point with the, of course, the launcher you use. Like I said, Law has a few, he has that or uppercut. So, just an uppercut, you gotta be on point because it's 15 exactly. So, if you miss the chance to launch, it won't work. So, best bet is that since it's a frame faster. So, but you still gotta be on point with that. As you can see, once you block it, you gotta pretty much input it. So, please launch that, please. Because you are letting Ling players get away with that if you let them do that in your face. Now, I believe, it's a follow-up to that. Now, if they do the follow-up, which I believe is, so pretty much it probably looks something like this. Wait, no, wouldn't look like that. Got AOP finish. So you probably, obviously see that. So Now, you could, once that happens, you can check, check it with a mid. Or if you want them to go for some low, just react and then launch. So if they go for that option, you have a plethora of options to do basically. But then check with a mid right off rip, because I see a lot of people. This is one situation I see a lot where people don't do nothing, or they're scared and think, oh, we can't do anything, we're stuck. No, you can indeed, you have options. So do not let a Ling freely do that to you. As you can see, the mid stopped it. I got him short, okay. But yeah, so please punish that. Please, do not let her get away with that at all. Now, other move, let's keep moving down the list. The other move that a lot of Lings that you'll see a lot is, of course, back one, which is I believe, an 8-frame move, and it pretty much stops you from kind of like your offensive assault. So, let's say you do that. Actually, I'm just doing one rep. So, let's say you try to, yeah, and then that happens. So, it's pretty much to stop you. So if you want to rush her down, like maybe bait that move to come out, because on whiff you can launch her for it if you're in range. So if you're too far back, obviously you can't. But yeah, like definitely, because a lot of lanes may do that up close after you do a move, so they may, like, you may be putting on pressure. You may be putting on pressure. Maybe trying to get in and press buttons, and then they do that. Well, if it does hit you though, backdash away from that and see what they do. So, say you do get hit by that. And backdash, like back away. Just to put that space back in between, in case they try something after that. Because like I said, it puts her in back turn, so they may back roll, which you can check, or they may try the untrust kick, I believe that's the name of it, which is -15, so you can launch that. So pretty much another situation where you got to be aware of your space. So keep that in mind. See, next move, believe it's, down back 4. Yes, that trick. So most may land a poke on you, like especially that, or when they're in your face. Like, just keep in mind the possibility of that happening. So yeah, like I said, most may. So just react. And then of course some characters may have a magic 4, so Law can do that. And of course you gotta be aware of it though. And of course low period. Or flip, or you can even crush it. It's crushable, so as you see, you can crush it. So oh wow, no, that's fast. But yep, and then of course counter hit, so you're getting a little bit more damage. So but yeah. So down back four, like I said, it's plenty of ways. Like I'm not gonna go super hard into it. We'll be here all day if I go through like every single possible shenanigan for it. Like I want you to explore this yourself, like how I'm doing, and like some may, and then like I said, there's so many scenarios that you could do with her. You even roll, and then do roll, and then get up. So there's so many possibilities to use this move. Okay. There's so many, and I definitely want y'all to take the time to like mix in and doing the stances and mixing up, basically practicing against the mix-ups, because that's the real issue with her, is getting mixed up by her. Let's see. I believe the next move on the list. Trying to go down. Of course that. See, I'm trying to think of what move I'm thinking of. Yeah. There we go. I'm about to say I knew I had. Yeah, the root kick, basically. So, a lot of players, like I've seen a lot of players, when that happens to them, they pretty much freeze up a little bit. So here's some anti as far as that. Now I'm going to record. Pretty much go for it. Now some may do it more than once. Like I said, it's not safe, so you definitely want to, cause she stands up and she's turned to the back once she gets back up. So don't let her freely get away with that. Do not let her freely get away with it. Like, make it hurt every time. And if they roll twice, like I said, just be aware. Remember, they go into back turn when they stand up, so they may stop and do a back turn option. So you really gotta just be aware and recognize what the player is trying to do. It's like all Ling players don't play the same, so you just have to make sure that you know the primary punish for each situation, or each move as you see it. Because the situation is going to differ versus different players. So it depends on how they like to play with her. Some may be passive, some may be very aggressive, some may be, a little bit of both, where they may play balanced, they may, so it's also recognizing the play style of the opponent when you're playing a Ling. A lot generally like to try to be tricksters, though. I don't really find too many that try to outright play solid with her. Cause I mean, you can do solid stuff. What I mean is like just trying to, without being tricky. It kind of goes against the grain of the character. So usually when a Ling isn't really tricky and they try to be straightforward, it's actually a little easier to play the matchup when they try to play her extremely straightforward, because you don't have to worry about shenanigans. or any of the trickster level stuff. So you pretty much basically don't allow the player, whatever move they come out of it, if it's punishable, if you can step it, if you can duck, evade it, be sure you know it. That's why you have to get in the lab and practice against everything. Like I said, I'm just giving you a brief look just to give you a foundation of what to look for. Now, of course, the move of the hour, which to me is the cheapest one in the game. Y'all know it, and y'all hate it. Of course, I'm gonna record. Oh wait, did that wrong. Sorry about that. So, record. Yes, the rage drive. Now, this move is a low to mid, which is pretty damn good. It is fast. Now, most players will, of course, when you block it, then she's an auto AOP. But it's pretty hard to see. You pretty much have to be looking for it. So you got to make like a very hard preemptive read when the player has rage. So it's all about being attentive to the Xiao player when they have rage and they back turn. Because the good thing about it is she has to go in the back turn. So recognizing that if the Ling player goes in the back turn, you pretty much be looking for it. So as you see, you blocked it, and then but she's an AOP. As you can see, all that missed. So whatever they decide to do, because like I said, they have all access to the AOP options once they land in that state. So like I said, be aware. It's all about awareness and be ready to punish. You're definitely going to want to get in the lab and, like I said, practice against all the AOP options that she has. But yeah, as you can see, to really try to keep yourself out of that situation, just be mindful when she goes. And if you can, if you're within range, try to hit her while she's in back turn, and then try to make it something big. If you could possibly launch her while her back is turned, go for it. And basically lower her life even more. And then the player will more than likely have to take another risk in order to get the match to swing their way. So let's see, with that being said, another move of hers, I believe, is that you may see a lot of Ling players do is the 4-1-2, the shoulder. It's 12 frames, so it's pretty good. So, but it's launch punishable on block. So basically, let me show you. So please launch. If you block that shoulder, you must launch. Do not miss out on that potential damage. Do not miss out on that potential damage. Do not. Because you're gonna hate yourself. Like, wow, I let that Ling player get away with so much. And you don't want to have that thought. You want to be like, you know what? I did what I had to do. I punished when I punished when I needed to. I got my damage when I needed it. So, But yeah, you get the general concept. So if you ever see that move, be sure to launch it, please. Now, forward, let's see, next move, the good old 4-4-3. Now, you see that move a lot, I know. And it's pretty much one of the go-tos for Ling players, especially from a distance, from about, this is about, I want to say, about range 3. Yeah, range 3 right here is where most of them tend to go for it at. So, and as you can see, once they're in that range, like I said, be aware and make sure that's one of the tools that you look for. Because like I said, this kick has some pretty nice range. So you definitely want to be, and then of course if you don't hold back while you're doing that, they can go in the back turn. So like I said, from that range, so you may see from here, let's say you may see this and then into that kick. Of course, like I showed you earlier, that kick is launch punishable. So if your character can launch it, please do. Let's see, you can also, like I said, they have a plethora of options. It's pretty much a long distance mix up somewhat. You pretty much, and of course that move. So it's really all about being aware of your options, or what they're doing, I should say, their options, and then knowing your options. That's what I meant to say, excuse me. So let's say that happens to you. Keep in mind that that kick is a high, so you can duck it and go for the launch punish and pretty much make it hurt. Just give you a brief look at one of the options. Like I said, it's gonna be up to, and then that's a pretty common move to see from Xiao when they go into back turn. So, like, please watch punish that. Do not duck the first hit because it's a mid, but like, please. You see that and they go through with it because they can't stop and just do one and then one and then try to go for it. So like I said, it's a bunch of mix-ups you can try out of it. Like I said, we'll be here all day if I try to go through every single one. Let's see. She has a move that is mid-low. Is it a NC? I'm trying to think of what move talking about. Let's see. I'm trying to think of what movie you're talking about. Said mid low. Mike, which move you referring to? Are you talking about back to that? Is it that move? Yeah, you're talking about that. It's back 2-2. Yep. I'm shocked they did not have that move on the list. That's the one move I think that they should have had, because I don't think a lot of people are ready to defend against that one. But glad you brought that move up. So But it leaves her in back turn. Now, I know most don't want to eat the mix up. So they may, and then of course low parry, which you can't do. Like, nah man, get that mix up. And basically, you know, get her right back off it. Or, you know, and of course if they miss, and of course you get the whip and then launch them. And you can crush it. So they can't. It puts them into back turn. So be aware of that. They may pull some shenanigans. So like I said, once again, you just want to get in the lab and practice every possible scenario. So like I said, we'll be here all day if we go through every single one by one. This tutorial will be very long. So just to give you a backdrop, like I said, she can go in the back turn, so be aware of back turn options, or they can cancel out of back turn and just go back to neutral. Like, it's so much they can do. Like I said, this character is designed to be a trickster. So she wants you to think she's doing something, but she's not. This is why I say it's important to just maintain space in between you, just so in case she does miss, you can punish her for it. Because the best way to combat her is definitely not up close. It is definitely at about just outside of sweep range. You do not want to fight her super up close. And to be mindful, remember, sidestepping left does a lot against her because her moves tend to whiff in the opposite direction. As you can see, she started that up, and we're walking to the side, and then we went to the side after that. You could, with certain characters, I think you can sidestep in Magic Fortis, I think. Yep. So, say you had that range to make a whiff and get the Magic 4. So, that's only certain characters who had access to that kick. But yeah, like I said, be mindful that puts her in back turn. So she has access to back turn options. And whatever one she goes for, like, be sure you're ready to punish it. Get in the lab and practice each one from whatever move that transitions her into a stance. Practice all possible scenarios. Xiaoyu is one of them characters that takes a lot of time and sitting in the lab to figure out how to deal with it, especially if you get caught up close and then you have to get her off. Because like I said, the key is to fight her at about, like I said, about this range. This range is a pretty comfortable range. I mean, even if she comes in and uses the kick, the 4-4-3, it puts her in back turn. Therefore, you can pretty much back up and wait for a whiff or go back in. So, like I said, keep in mind of the range that you're at and what stance that she's in and what she can do. It's going to take a lot of lab time. You're going to have to dedicate yourself to learning how to properly punish this character. And recognize, first off, with your character, what options you have in the scenarios that she can put you in. Because if you have answers, then you definitely want to utilize those. Like, I showed you a few of what Law can do. So like I said, once again, this is going to be more so lab time with your character and figuring out what your character can do. I mean, of course, the universal thing is the Punisher's 12 frame, 14, 13, you know, all that's there. But with your character, you have to figure out how it will work for you in this matchup. So be sure to take time to do that, because it's definitely gonna take time. This character can do a lot, so you have to prepare yourself for that lot that you could see. And with that being said, like, I posted the list of the top 15 moves in the stream chat, and I will put that link in the video because I'm going to post this on YouTube, just so everybody can have that reference in case they don't know about it. Like I said, it's top 15 moves for each character, so you can apply this practicing against those moves against every character. But the top 15, they believe, with Ling is on there, and be sure to make sure you're prepared for all those moves, because the list is pretty accurate, because it's stuff I see a lot. It's moves that I see a lot, so it's definitely a good reference. So when I upload this to my YouTube channel, which, like I said, is at the bottom of the screen in the middle, you can subscribe to it. I will have that list posted in the description area, so you can click on it and reference it and use it to help you train against this character. So with that being said, I'm going to conclude this and a few quick tidbits, and I'll also put this in the description link. Is the preferred range that you want to fight her at is around range 2, 2.5. So that's like sweep outside of sweep, because with that, being at this range, it'll allow you to react to certain things that she does like better. Like case in point, she's out here and then she goes for that side step 3. And when you're at about this range, you can see it because it's from a distance. So, yep, and then because lows are harder to react to when they're right up on you. That's what makes a hell sweep from Mishima's so scary, or a low. So even though some lows are generally slow, but some people will still get hit if a person like just does it at a range where they're up close, and you pretty much have to quickly, and I mean quickly, react still, because the distance between you and the character is pretty much like low. And you have to be aware. If you see her take the side step and do it, then definitely lock low and get ready. But to better your chances at about that range, and then as you can see, if it whiffs, you're at the range that you can whiff punish. So if she does that, as you can see, you get the whiff punish. So at about this range, you have a good chance of making her whiff. The only move I can see her getting in close with is the aforementioned 4-3 with this. And since she can do that at about that range and go in the back turn. But as you can see, if you got that range I told you about, that range 2, 2.5, sometimes that kick may whiff. So if they go into back turn and decide to maybe just stand there, you can hit them in the back. Or if they immediately decide to do an option where they go, and go into, say, that kick, or maybe here, and then the low. So it's pretty much being aware. Awareness is very important when fighting Ling, or they may spin away. Like I said, it's so many options. You just have to take time to practice them. You have to. She's definitely one of those characters where you have to dissect. You have to dissect her. So, like I said, I'll be putting that useful tidbit in the description area of the YouTube version that's gonna go up. And like I said, please subscribe to my YouTube. It's brand new. It's just creeping up on a week old almost, I believe, or it's either a week old or creeping up on a week old. But it's brand new. It's called L Train's Fighting Dojo. Be sure to subscribe. These videos all get uploaded to YouTube right after I stream them. And then, of course, I also stream live from the YouTube sometimes as well. So that's why I'm saying, please be sure to follow that. Follow me on here, of course. And then follow me on the Twitter Jones, which is to the far left, because I'm pretty active on there as well. And you'll be able to keep updates with me, whether I'm at tournaments or at events, or I'm about to do one of the videos like this, and just to keep in contact and stay up with me. So I think I'll conclude the stream now with that. I just had to add that little PS at the end. Like I said, this will be uploaded, so be on the lookout for it. As soon as I conclude it, I'm going to actually work on putting it up and watch it, find things useful, apply it, practice, like I said. Practice stuff out of all her stances and her options that she has, just so you can be prepared for most of the situations that you may see from a Ling player. It's L train locomotive, and I'll holla. I'll probably be back streaming, playing some rank, maybe. I'm not sure yet, but yeah, for now, we out.